Thank you for sharing your video title. It's a powerful one that invites healing, clarity, and spiritual realignment. Here is a complete YouTube video script that aligns with your tone, structure, and message goals. It's written to be emotionally rich, spiritually uplifting, and grounded in biblical truth. While avoiding any impersonation of God's voice, you've been praying for answers, searching for signs, wondering why your heart still aches in places no one sees. If you've been feeling that tug in your spirit lately, the pull that something needs to shift, that something is keeping you stuck, then this message is meant for you. I want you to lean in today because you didn't come across this video by accident. God has a way of speaking to us gently, yet powerfully, and He often uses moments just like this to confirm what your heart already knows. This is a sacred space, a space where you're seen, where you're understood, and most importantly, where you're deeply loved. The angels are close right now. You may have been asking in silence, why do I still feel connected to someone who hurt me? Or maybe you're wondering why you can't seem to move forward in life, in love, in purpose. The answer might not be easy to hear, but it will set your soul free. Someone from your past, yes. That ex is standing in the way of what God has for you next, and it's time to release it. You see, not every relationship is divinely appointed. Some were only meant to be lessons. Others were meant to be left behind in a chapter that has long since closed. But when we keep trying to resurrect what God has already buried, we start blocking our own destiny. The truth is, God never intended for your worth to be tied to someone who could not see your value. And while it may have felt real, and you may have shared sincere moments of love and connection, there comes a time when heaven whispers, enough, let go. Holding on to the wrong person, even in thought, even in memory, can create a spiritual tie that weighs you down. You may not even realize it, but this emotional attachment is like a cord that tugs at your peace, your clarity, and your ability to receive the love that's truly meant for you. That ex is not just a name or a face from your past. They represent a closed door, and no matter how much you knock, cry, or replay the past, if God has sealed that door, it is not yours to reopen. The angels want you to know your heart has held on long enough. You've mourned, you've hoped, and you've waited, but now your soul is ready to be free. True love, God-ordained love, is waiting for you, but it cannot walk into a space that is still occupied by old pain. You must make room. You must unclench your hands from what once was so you can receive what is to come. Isaiah 43:18-19 says, "Forget the former things, do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing, now it springs up. Do you not perceive it?" That verse is not just poetry, it's a divine promise. God isn't asking you to forget because it didn't matter. He's asking you to release because something greater is ahead. But to see it, you must stop looking backwards. Let's be honest. Letting go is hard, especially when love once felt so deep. You replay the what-ifs, the good memories, the promises that were never kept. And somewhere inside, there's a hope that maybe, just maybe, they'll change. But God isn't calling you to hold out for potential. He's calling you to trust His plans. And His plans never involve confusion, manipulation, or cycles of emotional torment. 1 Corinthians 14:33 reminds us, "For God is not the author of confusion, but of peace." If that relationship kept you in a constant state of questioning your worth, your beauty, your value, or your purpose, then it was never from God. It may have been permitted, but it was never ordained. And that's the difference. Beloved, the angels have been trying to get your attention. They've been sending signs. Maybe you keep seeing their name, hearing songs from that time, or waking up feeling emotionally drained. That's not coincidence, it's spiritual. It's time to cut the cord. Because your ex isn't just someone you dated, they are now a spiritual distraction. Whether they are physically present or not, they may be blocking your next level, blocking your joy, blocking your God-ordained partner from finding you. Yes, your real person, the one God handcrafted for your heart, is waiting. But if your spiritual energy is still tied to someone else, how will you ever feel the freedom to love again? Letting go is not about bitterness or revenge. It's about alignment. It's about choosing God's best over your own attachment. Psalm 147:3 says, "He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds." You don't have to pretend you're okay. Healing is a process, but the first step is giving God your yes. Yes to the release. Yes to the healing. Yes to the future. I know some of you have already walked away physically, but you're still connected emotionally. You still dream about them, still check their social media, still feel a pull in your spirit that makes you question if you did the right thing, let this be your confirmation you did. And if you haven't yet, let this be your permission. You can, you must. Your destiny depends on it. God doesn't want you stuck in cycles. He wants you launched into promise, into love that is gentle, respectful, passionate, and pure, into a relationship where your soul can exhale, not tiptoe, into a union where you are not merely tolerated, but deeply cherished. That's what's ahead. That's what's calling your name. So why are you still holding on to someone who stopped showing up? Someone who may have loved you with conditions, left without closure, or returned only when they needed something. You deserve more than breadcrumbs. You deserve the banquet that heaven has prepared for you. Romans 8:28 reminds us, and we know, that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. That includes heartbreak. That includes rejection. What you thought was the end of everything beautiful in your life was actually the beginning of something divine. Sometimes, a no from them is a resounding yes from heaven. There is a reason you've been feeling spiritually restless. You've outgrown the place where you once found comfort. Your soul is craving truth, peace, purpose. You're not the same person you were when that relationship began, and thank God for that. Growth requires release, and growth is the only thing that can carry you into divine love. Listen carefully. Your ex is not your enemy, but they are no longer your assignment. They may have played a role in your becoming, but they cannot go where God has taken you. Release them with grace. Forgive them, not because they deserve it, but because you do. Because you deserve peace. You deserve closure. You deserve you back. And once you release, your life will begin to shift. You'll feel lighter. You'll hear God more clearly. You'll attract people who match your healed energy. And yes, your real love, the one that reflects God's heart for you, will begin to draw near. Ecclesiastes 3:6 says, a time to search and a time to give up, a time to keep and a time to throw away. This is your time to surrender the past, to trade confusion for clarity, loneliness for legacy, attachment for alignment. This is your time to finally say, I trust you, God. I release them. I'm ready for what you have next. Let this be your declaration today. I choose purpose over pain. I choose peace over patterns. I choose to be free. I release the past so I can receive the promise. If this message has spoken to your heart, if it confirmed what you already felt in your spirit, then I encourage you, don't just watch and scroll. Make a move in faith. Like this video if you're ready to let go of what no longer serves your destiny. Comment below. I release what's not mine. I'm ready for God's best. Let that be your agreement with heaven today. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to Angel Message for You channel and stay connected. We're here to walk with you, pray with you, and remind you of who you are in Christ and what's waiting for you when you say yes to healing. Your angels are close. God is near. And your future is more beautiful than your past ever was. You are loved. You are chosen. You are free. Now go and receive what's already yours. I want you to know this deeply. Letting go doesn't mean you fail. It means you're brave enough to say, this is not where my story ends. It means your spirit is mature enough to recognize that growth often requires grief, and still, you choose to grow. That's not weakness. That's sacred strength. So many people stay stuck because they think release is rejection. But in the kingdom of God, release is realignment. It's God reordering your steps back into purpose. It's heaven making room for what's holy. And the longer you cling to the wrong thing, the more delayed the right thing becomes. Yes, there may still be love in your heart for that person, but love, unaccompanied by purpose, becomes a weight rather than a gift. Real love, the kind God ordains, will never ask you to compromise your self-worth, your faith, or your divine direction. You weren't created to be someone's afterthought. You were made to be someone's answered prayer. Now, hear this in your spirit. You are not broken. You are being rebuilt. You are not discarded. You are being set apart. That relationship wasn't the end, it was the revelation. God used it to show you what you no longer need, so you could receive what you've always deserved. Sometimes, we're so busy asking why they left that we forget to thank God they did. What if their absence is the space God needed to plant something new? What if their silence is the quiet required for you to hear God clearly? What if their rejection is the redirection to your divine connection? You're not behind. You're not late. Your story is. That new love, that God-ordained relationship, it won't feel like begging. It won't feel like confusion. It won't feel like anxiety wrapped in mixed signals. It will feel like home. It will feel like peace. It will feel like God is in the midst of this, because he will be, Psalm 37:4 says, delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. When your heart is aligned with heaven, your desires begin to match God's best for you. He knows who complements your calling. He knows who your soul can grow with, pray with, dream with, and you don't have to chase it. It will find you when you're free, and maybe right now. Freedom feels far away. Maybe you're still sitting in that gray area of I'm not with them, but I'm not over them. That's okay. Healing is not a race. You can begin again today. You can tell God, I'm ready. Even if you don't feel strong, even if you're still scared, your willingness is enough. God can work with your yes, no matter how small. Angels have been dispatched on your behalf. They are clearing the path, removing the residue of what once was, making space for holy love to enter. They are surrounding you with light, and they are gently guiding your heart into healing. Trust their presence. Trust their nudges. Trust that they are not trying to take something from you. They are bringing something to you. Something better. Someone better. A life that honors the version of you God created, not the version you had to become just to survive the relationship. That survival version, you can let them rest. You don't have to be in fight mode anymore. You're safe now. You're seen. You're being led out of the fog and into the future. If you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. If you've been asking God for confirmation, this is it. If you've been afraid that letting go means being alone, this is your reminder that you are never alone. Heaven is walking with you. You are supported. You are surrounded, and you are so deeply loved. Let go, not because you're heartless, but because you're heart whole. Because healing is holy, and because your destiny is far too important to delay for another moment of emotional recycling. You are rising. You are realigning, and yes, you will love again, and this time, it will be right. So once more, if this message touched your heart in any way, let's walk this out in faith together. Like this video if you're releasing what no longer serves your future. Comment below, I release what's not mine. I'm ready for God's best. Let your words become a declaration that heaven agrees with. And don't forget to subscribe to Angel Message for you. Stay close, because there's more comfort, more truth, and more love coming your way in every message. Your future is calling. Answer it with open hands, a healed heart, and a surrendered spirit. The best is not behind you, it's waiting, just ahead. You're not losing anything. You're being restored, and you are ready. Take a moment and place your hand on your heart. Feel that. That's purpose still beating. That's destiny still alive. That's God saying, I'm not finished with you yet. You've made it through heartbreaks that tried to bury you. You've walked through emotional storms that left you questioning your worth. You've clung to memories hoping they would one day become a miracle, but deep down, you've always known it's time. It's time to stop revisiting what God has already released you from. It's time to stop giving emotional CPR to relationships that died long ago. God isn't asking you to dishonor the past. He's asking you to trust that the past has already served its purpose. And now, a new purpose is calling your name. You are stepping into a season where your peace will not be disturbed, where your tears will be turned into testimonies, and where your heart will beat in rhythm with divine alignment. This next chapter isn't about proving your worth to someone who didn't see it. It's about becoming the version of yourself that doesn't question it. The right person sent by God will never ask you to shrink, silence your spirit, or sacrifice your soul's joy just to keep them. The right relationship will feel like peace, not confusion, not anxiety, not control wrapped in manipulation and moments of charm. God is not a God of confusion. He is a God of order, and his divine order always leads to peace. In 1 Corinthians 14:33, it says, for God is not the author of confusion, but of peace. That's your confirmation. If it felt like chaos, if you had to keep praying for clarity, if you had to keep excusing disrespect, then it wasn't God's best. It may have been part of the process, but it wasn't meant to be permanent. The people who leave your life are not more powerful than the God who governs it. If he allowed them to walk, trust that he's sending someone better to walk with you. So give yourself grace today. You did what you could. You loved as best you knew. How? You gave your heart, your prayers, your forgiveness. And now it's time to give yourself permission to let go. That's what heaven is asking of you, not bitterness, not resentment, just release. Forgive them, not because they were right, but because your spirit deserves rest. Close that chapter, not because the memories didn't matter, but because your future matters more. God has someone who will love you and not make you guess, who will see your scars and honor them, who will hold your hand not just in public, but in prayer. And when you meet them, it will not feel like fixing. It will feel like fulfillment. You won't have to beg for attention. You won't have to overthink their silence. You won't have to perform to keep their affection. Because what God joins together, no one will have to force to fit. Heaven is preparing your heart for this kind of love. But right now, God is working on you, on your restoration, on your joy, on your ability to trust again. Don't rush it. Don't question the pace. There's power in the process. This healing journey is holy. The tears you've cried in secret, they were seen. The nights you couldn't sleep because your soul was grieving someone still alive, they matter to God. Psalm 56:8 says, "You keep track of all my sorrows. You have collected all my tears in your bottle." God is not ignoring your pain. He is building something beautiful out of it. And when it's time, you will look back and say, "Now I understand why it didn't work with them." God was making room for who was meant. You are not forgotten. You are not to damage. You are not too late. You are in the hands of the one who knows the ending from the beginning. He knows exactly who you are, and he knows exactly who is coming. The kind of love that aligns with your calling is a love that will never cause you to abandon your spiritual identity just to feel chosen. You're already chosen by God, and the person who is aligned with your destiny will recognize and cherish that truth about you. Until then, walk in your healing. Walk in your wholeness. Walk in the confidence that letting go isn't just about losing someone. It's about gaining clarity, gaining freedom, gaining alignment with what's meant to stay. Letting go is a holy act. It's an agreement with God that says, "I trust you more than I trust my own pain. I trust your timing more than my own longing. I trust that if you are removing something, you are also replacing it with something greater." So today, breathe again. Speak life over your heart again. Smile again, not because everything is fixed, but because you believe everything is being made new. You're not behind schedule. You're not abandoned. You're becoming. This is what becoming looks like: messy, sacred, painful, beautiful, but always purposeful. And the angels want you to remember, your destiny is too important to stay entangled with someone who can't walk into the next level with you. You are chosen for more. You are prepared for more. You are becoming the person your future was waiting for. So once again, if this message spoke to your soul, do something powerful right now. Like this video, not just to support the channel, but as a declaration that you're choosing healing. Comment below, "I release what's not mine. I'm ready for God's best." Say it boldly. Let heaven hear you. Let your soul align with it. Subscribe to Angel Message for you and stay connected. These messages are sent to speak directly to your spirit, to guide, to comfort, to remind you you're not walking alone. God and his angels are speaking, and every video is another step in your divine journey. There is more healing ahead. There is more love ahead. And most of all, there is purpose ahead. You are right on time for the life heaven wrote for you. We're here to walk it with you. Stay in faith, stay open, and stay expectant. God's best is closer than you think.